evening, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Today I'll be talking to you about my supervision conversation with my field instructor supervisor, and I'll be focusing on things like empathy and interpersonal skills in client-family engagement, and how my personal strengths align with these skills. Why these skills are important in our field, and how the NASW Code of Ethics guides appropriate engagement. First, we talked about empathy. Empathy is being more than just listening. It's about understanding the client's point of view, validating their feelings. An example we talked about was kind of just repeating, it sounds like that situation left you feeling overwhelmed after the client discloses something to us. Maintaining eye contact, using open body language, and being patient. We talked about how all of these skills combined create a safe, respectful environment where clients feel comfortable opening up. It's very important that our clients feel comfortable opening up to us, because if we don't know all the facts or all the things, it can make it difficult for us to effectively help them. We also talked about my personal strengths. I feel that I'm a strong, active listener. I'm able to let the client speak and get all of their thoughts out without interrupting, without rushing to respond to them or fix the problem. I feel like I come into situations with calm and approachable demeanor, even when it's, kind of a chaotic situation, or maybe a kiddo's having a meltdown, or, they were just evicted and it's a really bad day. And I hope that this helps my clients feel at ease. I also am very aware of cultural sensitivity. I do a lot of research on different cultures and religions, especially if I have a member or a client with a religion or a culture that I haven't worked with in the past. I will take the time to do research and kind of come prepared, because I think that everybody, deserves to feel understood and all of their, values and stuff respected. And so that's one way I can do that. And then, the social work values, dignity, respect, and service. I think all of those things combined can really help towards that goal. We talked about why having these skills is important in our field. Like I said before, a lot of times our clients are coming to us and it's crisis time, right? They just got evicted. Their kid's having a meltdown. It's a really bad day. They just lost their job. And so it's important that we have this trust with them, and we build good rapport, because, again, like I said before, we have to be able to have all of the information in order to effectively help them. And the way we're going to get all that information is by having that good trust. These skills help move us beyond surface level interactions, so that we can understand all of the needs as well as the strengths, right? It's very important for us to know our client's strengths, because then we can lean on those when we're giving resources and ideas and tips and strategies and things like that. We want to limit the misunderstandings, right? Because it can be frustrating when somebody misunderstands me, and so I recognize that our clients don't like that either. It makes it kind of feel like you weren't really listening or paying attention, or maybe they're not very important enough to you. So we don't want them to feel that way. We don't want them to feel judged or dismissed. We want them to feel like we are there for them. We are listening. We are wanting to help. It's going to get them to engage more in our services, follow through with our recommendations, and work with us on setting their goals, right? Because we don't want to do that on our own. These are not our goals, it's their goals. So the NASW Code of Ethics, this is talked about so much, more than I ever thought it would be in these programs. but it just all ties back to that service, dignity, and worth of a person, and the importance of a good human relationship and connection. Um, I lost my train of thought. Empathy is not just a emotional thing. It's our professional responsibility. And it helps ensure that we are keeping those professional boundaries. We're always being culturally competent, um, always being professional in our engagement. Wrapping up our supervision, we talked a lot about reflection and how it is very important and helpful and useful for a social worker to practice reflection often, and in all areas of their lives, their work, their professionalism, their relationships, and how we talked about how, we look forward to um, helping me, she looked forward to helping me grow in these, strengthen in these different ideas and practices, and see how I progress as our internship progresses. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Have a good night.